click on workpiece, then go for create operation or right click insert operation. In this we have to keep create operation type as mill contour as we are moving towards the 3-axis. When you keep a cursor on any kind of operation, it will elaborate itself. This cavity mill operation is recommended for removing large volume of materials which can be used to create mold, cores, dies, castings and forgings, as well as you can consider this operation as a unique operation for prismatic machine also. This cavity mill is considered to remove materials in large volumes. So to do this particular operation, you have to specify part and blank geometry. So already we have specified part and blank geometry, means we have specified the end product as a part and we have specified raw material as a blank. And also you may observe once I select here, when I say OK, here in the status bar you may observe it is guiding me. So what will be my next step? It is showing me select a path or specify some parameters. The first and foremost parameter is to specify the tool which I am going to use now. I am taking here create new. I can use these tool subtypes to create cutter which is needed. If you want to use already existing library tool, then go for retrieve tool from library. So how to export your existing tool to the library or holder to the library and how to import those, that I will make or I will prepare some other session for that one. So in this milling I am taking end mill non-indexable, otherwise you click milling and say OK. If you know library reference you type it, otherwise leave as it is. So here I am taking this 16 end mill as my cutter. Once you see the preview, it is 16 diameter and R4. Yes, it is coming. So adjust register, here it has given. I have to give tool number also. So tool number indicates T output, adjust register indicates H output. Tool offset. When I select here, I can select a different cut pattern according to the requirement. For roughing, you have to keep follow part, follow periphery option, either of it. So I am taking follow periphery option. As you know, this follow periphery indicates the round movement in a square section and it will come towards the center. Otherwise, it will start in the center and end with the sideways. Stepover is nothing but after your one single pass, for the second pass, how much value you have to shift in X or Y direction. So if my cursor, you observe on the cursor, if my pass cutter is moving like this, for the next pass, how much value I have to shift? How much value I have to shift? That is nothing but a stepover. You can specify stepover in percentage tool flat, or you can specify constant value. So now I am going to give specific value as 10 mm. So after one pass, for the next pass it is taking 10 mm sideways cutting it. So common depth per cut I am going to give as 0.35. Depending on the cutter and the material grade, this value depends. While cutting, I will take level first as my region. Level first means if I am in image, you may observe there are two regions which I am machining. For level first, if I keep, then every pass it is maintaining the same level. Here it is removing and again it is going to the other region, there also it is removing. So if you keep depth first means it will go up to the depth in one region and again it will go to the next region. So here I will keep level first. As we have considered a solid block, for roughing you may keep this or that, it depends on the need. coolant in your output, if you are not getting M code of coolant on, coolant off, at that moment you have to turn off this. In post processor by default we have added coolant on and coolant off, so no need to specify anything over there. This IPW stands for in-process workpiece. What does it mean? So it will, if you keep use 3D, then it means whatever the raw material we have given, wherever there is a material is available, there exactly it will go and it will start removing material. Means it will recognize a raw material and according to the raw material it will generate the operation. Sometimes in some region there is no raw material, then it will not go. This minimum material removed is nothing but if you mention 1 mm in minimum material removed. It means in some region if it is below 1 mm material raw is available, then there it will not generate the operation. Wherever it's having excess material more than 1 mm, there it will try to machine. So this minimum material removed, you have to specify some value. No, I am not mentioning any value, so I want to machine in every region. In geometry we have specified the part, and I am going to give side stock. If you want to maintain side stock and floor stock different, then you turn off this, use floor as same as that side, turn off that one, then you are going to get different option. If you want to maintain the same, then tick mark that particular, use floor as side, both are same, then 0.5 you have to give. If you want to maintain some material in the blank, that also you can mention, but the concerned region is part side, so you have to mention this. Okay, tool axis, always you keep ZM axis while doing 3-axis machining. If you want to know what is your shortest tool length it has to maintain, then you keep this report shortest tool. You can keep here or you can take external option, then also you can do, but best practice is first generate the operation, then go for report shortest tool option. Okay, then next is feed and speed. You have to mention feed and speed. Spindle speed here for 16 I am mentioning 8000 rpm, and feed I am giving it as 1350. Say calculate, it will calculate according to the number of tooths which are present, or teeth. So while taking output, if G0 is coming as a rapid motion, instead if you want G1 as a feed rate, so that you can control very easily, that moment you have to change it to G1 feed, and while taking rapid feed you have to give the feed rate. Suppose 8000 if I am willing to keep for rapid feed, that I can give it. If you take G0, then whatever the value which is considered by the post developer, that value by default it will take. It is up to you. For the first time, whenever it is engaging, if you want to go with the feed rate whichever you have given, then keep 100%. Otherwise, you keep 80%. So practically if you see, whenever it is engaging for the first time, if you give maximum feed, there might be chances of your insert breakage. So to avoid that one, for first cut and engage, you have to give little bit less feed. After cutting starts, you can have that particular value which you have specified as 1350. So From here, when you click more, that time you may observe different kinds of feeds which are available, and you can give according to the value. You can give your specific own value also, otherwise with respect to the value which you have given, that also you have to specify. It is better to keep automated one, automated in the sense in type of percentage. Whenever you change the cutter, at that moment when you change feed and speed, ultimately with respect to that it will get changed. It is better to keep automated one. If I generate operation here, when I generate operation here, you may observe here it is generating, and the progression of generation, you may observe here how speed it is generating the operation. Sometimes if you are having a limit like if you are having a tool length which is short, which should not be go up to the depth. So short tool if you are having, then you don't want to go within a single setup up to the depth. If you want to stop up to the surface of this particular one, flat surface, at that moment you have to go to this cut levels. You may observe cut levels from top level to the bottom. That's why this operation is generating from top to the bottom. If I want to restrict this cut level up to this surface, to do that one we have to go to this cut levels. Here I can see the range. Top range automatically it will take to the blank height, and bottom range you can define, but by default it has taken entire region. This is the first region up to this, second region, third region, fourth region. So 4 regions it has taken. So I am removing all the other regions. I am keeping only one, which is up to this. So I don't want up to that, I want up to the this surface. So select that particular flat surface. You may observe when I keep cursor on this particular flat surface, it is highlighting. So yes, I am going to select up to this. If you know correct value from top blank to the surface, then give that particular value. Otherwise simply go there and select that particular face. So it's actually 30 22 3.17. Again you try to generate. Now it will go up to that particular region. Earlier in older versions you may see there are some cutting moves, non-cutting moves, feed and speed, like that the pop-up window will show. But in newer version you are seeing like this, like you are having main node, geometry, tool axis, feed speed, cut levels, strategy, non-cutting moves. That cutting moves are submerged into strategy and some other region. If you are getting this message, it's not a error, it's a message which is software is giving to you. In that, if you read carefully, you will come to know why it is showing. Some regions were ignored because they are too small to engage. Reducing the minimum ramp length for engaging, minimum number of engage can reduce this. Means your cutter is bigger, in some small regions it may not enter, that it is indicating. Say okay. You can see it is controlled, height is controlled up to this. When you verify, we'll come to know. I will keep 3D dynamic. See the reply. I'm increasing the animation speed. You can go by step, or you can go by forward to the next operation, or you can stop it. It's like a video playing. Once you complete this, if you learn this cavity mill, then you can do roughing of any kind of component, not only for core, not only for cavity. You can create this operation in any kind of part. It's a master roughing operation which is there. When you want to see how much material is left behind, then go for analyze. And select this region. You can see there is 0.5 material is left behind. You may observe there are some pyramid like structure which is created. This you have to avoid. How one can avoid this one? Go to this main again. In main, you may observe we have given maximum distance of step over as 10 mm. You have to reduce that particular value. Now I will give here as 5 mm so that that pyramid which is formed, that can be eliminated. Because of more transfer in sideways, that's why it has become the pyramid structure. You may see the progression, how it is generating. If you want to stop this generation, you can whenever this stop turns on, no, at that moment you need to click. When you verify this by 3D dynamic, you may observe. While verifying also, IPW resolution you can keep. After finalizing everything, then you keep fine option. So fine option will take more time to preview this. Medium will less time. If you take curves, then again less time to visualize. If you are doing any presentation or something, at that moment you need to keep fine. So I'm increasing animation speed to 10. Again I'm turn to 9. You can observe how easily it is removing material. The same strategy will be followed on actual machine. Some people may call it as toolpath validation or virtual cutting before going to the actual cutting. Here itself you can analyze wherever is material is left behind or something, or if it is colliding somewhere, that time also it will highlight. That's the beauty of NX CAM software. It's having more operations. The strategies are very vast. That's why it is mainly used in precision machining. When you go for analyze, this time you may not see those pyramid structures because of maximum step over which we have given. For that, those small pyramid structures were created. Now you may not see 0.5 mm, 0.5 mm, 0.5, 0.5. Yes, it's correct. Here, if you see, there is a 8 mm. My cutter has not went inside that. It's okay. Like this, you have to create a cavity mill operation So in today's session, what are the things we have seen in cavity mill operation is specifying the main node. In that we have created a cutter, we have given a cut pattern, we have given step over. These all things we have given. Up to this cut level we have covered. So after that there are strategies, non-cutting moves. When you observe here in replay, these blue color lines we call it as non-cutting moves. You can control non-cutting moves. When you see here, we have given feed and speed. Yes, okay. As we have given step over as 5 mm, that's why the time it is showing here. And you can see there are cutting moves of 9 hours 5 minutes and non-cutting moves are 1 minute. That also you can reduce by specifying different non-cutting move strategy. So this strategy, non-cutting moves and other things we may see in our next upcoming session. Thank you.